Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. A quick request: if you're watching us for the first time, please take a second or two and subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell. Kindly give this video a thumbs up and share our videos. To all our esteemed supporters, our returning subscribers, allow me to thank you in a very special way. Ladies and gentlemen, Ndindi Nyoro, the Kiharu member of parliament, is accusing Uhuru Kenyatta, and he wants this case to be heard by the public, and in the court of the public opinion, he wants you to be the judge. He wants you to be the neutral arbiter without looking at your political affiliation, without looking at your tribal affiliation. And Ndindi Nyoro has leveled a lot of accusations on Uhuru Kenyatta and the Jubilee wing together with the Azimio fraternity. Kindly take a look at Ndindi Nyoro and listen to what he's saying.
Tunawauliza kwa heshima wao waendelee kufanya kazi ya opposition vizuri, because it is good for a government to be checked. Lakini pia when you are checking government, especially those who wamekuwa katika serikali hata mwaka moja na nusu haijaisha, pia mnakumbusha wa Kenya mlikuwa na nafasi ya miaka 10 na mnakumbusha wa Kenya mliwafanyia kazi gani. Kwa sababu ni vizuri tunakuwa watu wa haki. Kama umepewa nafasi ya 10 years na wa Kenya, ni heshima tu. Mwenye amepata unampea heshima pia, na unamuombea Mungu amjalie afaulu. Lakini saa zingine tunapata viongozi, wewe umepewa nafasi, lakini mwenye ameingia unamwekea mitego ya kuanguka. Tunauliza tu tukiwa kanisani, wewe ukipewa kazi ya MP, mwingine akikuja unamjalia. Wewe umekuwa rais, Wakenya wamekupea 10 years. Sidhani Wakenya wanauliza too much, kukuuliza tu, wewe obea mwenye yuko, kwa sababu Kenya ni yako na sisi na Wakenya wote. Na Kenya ikifaulu, si wote tunafaulu. Na wale wanasema wanakona impeachment ati ya rais wetu, pia tunawaambia ni haki yao. Kwanza niliona wa ile chama ilikuwa ya red, wanasema ati kuna impeachment. Tunawaambia ni sawa, hakuna shida. Lakini iko taratibu ya hiyo maneno Kenya. Na ukileta pale bunge, hiyo chama ya kitambo hiyo, mnaielewa. Hiyo chama, hata pale bunge, hata yule alikuwa kinara wao amehama. Sasa wanaleta impeachment, watailetea wapi? Kwa sababu lazima ipitie bunge. Na wauliza, hii sarakasi yote sio mzuri. Wote tuombee nchi yetu, tuombee rais wetu, because I know for sure and I can promise Kenyans, kwa ile mikakati yote tumeweka, Kenya is going to be an economic giant. Na ndio tunauliza kwa heshima, wale wamekuwa tuheshimu wale wako, tuwaombee wafaulu. Wale wanataka impeachment ni haki yao, lakini mimi nawaambia ukweli haiwezi faulu, kwa sababu hawana numbers, hawajui wanafanya ya nini.
I want us to begin from where he has ended. Kiharu member of parliament is saying that Uhuru Kenyatta does not mean well to this government, that he should be praying for William Ruto to succeed because he had his time for 10 years. And ladies and gentlemen, if there is one respect, if there is one honest thing that Uhuru Kenyatta did, was to hand over power peacefully to William Samoei Ruto, even though he had his own candidate. He would have wished that Kenyans elected Raila Amolo Odinga. But both the IEBC and the Supreme Court maintained that William Ruto won the last elections. And I remember Uhuru Kenyatta said that we should be looking at these judgments because there was a kind of discrepancy on the judgment of 2017 and the judgment of 2022. So someone cannot come up and say that Uhuru Kenyatta does not mean well to this government. He handed over power in public in the presence of dignitaries and foreign presidents, Rigathi Gachagua took that opportunity and read a riot act to Uhuru Kenyatta. And Uhuru was humiliated by Rigathi Gachagua. He didn't mind. After the handover, the first thing that the Kenya Kwanza did was they started frustrating Uhuru, the Kenyatta family. Sometimes recalling the security of Mama Ngina Kenyatta, security that she's got and she's been with for over 40 years. And at some point, they accused his son of being in possession of illegal firearms, something that was hot air, because even the chairman of the firearm licensing board distanced himself from those allegations and denied, either sending policemen or the DCI to their current home. And so, if we look at this holistically, Uhuru Kenyatta meant well, and he told them, chukweni na mfanye nini, endeleeni venye mnataka. Because I remember Uhuru had even warned Kenyans that I have worked with William Ruto, please don't elect him. But when things went the way they went, he handed over power. Now, they have continued to blame Uhuru Kenyatta for every problem. I have always stated here that I don't want to say that Uhuru was impeccable. He was never an angel. But he was our president for 10 years. And I know there are a lot of things that he did that were not good enough. But we cannot put it as if Uhuru Kenyatta was the devil himself. When the Kenya Kwanza team attacks Uhuru, you would think that Uhuru was the worst president that we've ever had in the history of Kenya. So Ndindi Nyoro should not even attempt to accuse Uhuru of trying to sabotage this government. Now, they are saying that they want to be checked, that they want a vibrant opposition that checks the government. But look at it. The first thing that they did was to buy the members of the opposition. They have continued to wreck Jubilee. They still want to grab the Jubilee party from Uhuru Kenyatta. And I'm wondering if Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega and the rest feel that they are men and women enough. If they have the guts, they should register their own party and rally Mount Kenya. Tell them, tumeachana na Jubilee, tunataka mkuje kwa hii nyumba yetu. They should not be clinging to someone's party. Ndindi Nyoro knows very well that the Kenya Kwanza coalition has demonstrated that they don't want an opposition. They don't want. When Kenyans went to the streets to lament against the high cost of living, they arrested many of them. Recently, when Raila Amolo Odinga told Kenyans, in fact challenged them to give us documents that they signed during the G2G oil deal, the defense was very myopic and stupid, that Raila is an oil dealer and his farm was left out in the deal, and so he was very angry. I mean, that did not answer the question, where are the documents that shows that there was a G2G what? Deal. So these people are never ready for any kind of criticism. In fact, when you criticize Ruto, you become a total enemy. Recently, William Ruto told us that he was given a sword not to cut vegetables, but to deal with those who have got different opinions against his. Those who don't read from the same page with him you become total enemies. And so this is not the kind of government that can tell us that they're ready for a vibrant opposition. Because when you go to court, there are several independent institutions that we have been given in the new constitution, so that if you are disgruntled, you can go to the court. If you are disgruntled, you can go for picketing. But you go for picketing, you are killed on the streets. You are even retrieved from your houses, and you are killed and you are being maimed. You go to these institutions, you are being threatened that you will be beheaded by a sword that was given during the swearing in, forgetting that apart from the sword, there was a constitution that was also handed over to Uhuru Kenyatta, to William Samoei Ruto, and he took an oath of office to defend and protect holistically our constitution. So the question and the idea of they are ready to be checked is neither here nor there. They are telling us that for the period that Uhuru Kenyatta was in power, we should be asking him what he did to us. Number one, Uhuru was never ruling alone. We had a deputy president, William Samoei Ruto, who was taking home huge salary as a deputy president. His offices were being maintained by the taxpayers' money. He was the deputy president of Kenya, and we cannot be lied to. They have taken credit of every positive thing that happened in the Uhuru government. Connection of electricity, building of roads. They have said that they were together. But when it comes to certain unpalatable areas, they want to distance themselves. William Ruto was part and parcel of that regime, and so they cannot tell us that for the 10 years that Uhuru was in power, he should tell us. The best person who should tell us is William Ruto himself. Number two, Kenyans were there and they know what Uhuru did. Let me maybe remind Ndindi Nyoro if he's forgetting. When Uhuru was in power, he protected our culture. He told off the then president of the USA that we were not going to suck up to their demands about the LGBTQ because they were saying it is a rights issue. And I remember the president told off President Barack that this is not a rights issue as they're trying to put it, it is a societal issue. And so if Kenyans want to delve in this, they will bring it on. Uhuru Kenyatta stood by us when there was a lot of pressure to allow GMO. There was ban on genetically modified organisms for 10 years. And Uhuru Kenyatta stood by our side when there were a lot of demands by the IMF and the World Bank to increase taxes exorbitantly and very unnecessarily, punitive taxes. So if someone is coming to ask us, what Uhuru did, this is very fallacious. It's a fallacy. And they still feel that they are in a campaign mode where they can be, fooling us all the times. It can never be. Who should we be asking questions? It is William Samoei Ruto. You are in the government. What are you doing? You can't keep on telling us, we hope things will be good. The plans that we have made, we have a plan, we have a blueprint. This is something that they said during the campaigns. And Ndindi Nyoro should not tell us to ask Uhuru what he did. We should be asking William Ruto, Ndindi Nyoro, Kimani Chungwa, Eden Duale. All this team that stood on a platform, criticized the former government, said it was very erroneous to increase taxes, told us that they would form a government of Mama Mboga, of the hustlers, told us that they would reduce the cost of living. They are a shadow of themselves. And so it does not add water anymore. And I want to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. These people are just bitter because they have failed. And the bitterness will not help. Let them just sit down, face their own problems. I don't know why it pains them when they are asked what they are doing, because they're the people, they offered themselves, they felt they were able, they had the power, the plan to rebuild our economy, and it's not working. I know Uhuru Kenyatta has relaunched a lot of vibrant political activities in Central, and through the Jubilee Party, people like David Murathe and Jeremiah Kioni have started reminding Mount Kenya that we were duped, and they're saying all is not lost, it's never too late. Come back to the Jubilee House, let us ask questions, let us prepare, rebuild ourselves. And I know it is paining them. Allow me, and I know I'm not qualified to advise Kimani Chungwa, Ndindi Nyoro and Rigathi Gachagua, but I want to tell you this without a shadow of doubt. There is a bet that has been given to these three. And if you're supporting Kenya Kwanza, especially if you're from Central, know this. What the biggest bet that they have been given is that they should keep quiet when things are going wrong because they will inherit leadership from William Ruto. That is it. Ati wajipange hapo karibu na William Ruto, ndio William Ruto akitoka, moja wao atakuwa nani? Atakuwa president. And they're also checkmating each other. If you've seen Rigathi Gachagua, they're not seeing eye to eye with Ndindi Nyoro. They never meet oftenly, quite often, maybe in the presence of William Ruto and Kimani Ichung'wah. I've seen when Rigathi Gachagua calls for a Mount Kenya caucuses, Ndindi Nyoro and Kimani Ichung'wah are sometimes not there. And all of them have been given this bet ya kwamba you will be the heir, you're the heir apparel. And this is the reason why even when things are going haywire, they cannot speak because they see themselves as the next president. And you've seen this rumor being peddled that one of them will be given Murkomen, and so they will form a team. I mean, even if you want to take over, speak up. Don't allow your people to suffer just because you want to inherit power from them. When there are high taxes, when your cabinet secretaries are being bullied like Alice Wahome was complaining in the water ministry, they cannot speak. You should wake up. You've seen people like the Nandi Senate and Samson Chiragai coming full-blown and saying, no, we can't allow this. Ladies and gentlemen, Ndindi Nyoro came up with those accusations. Please, give us your judgment. And don't say it is hot air. Don't say it's a wild goose chase. And that is my take.